Hey family, how y'all doing today? Hope everybody doing good. Peace and blessings to you out there. This is Minister Sid back on here with another one. And today I want to hit up on the topic of judgment. Um, just being judged. I know it could be critical at times. Some people take it as constructive criticism. Some take it as personal. But I just want to give like a insight on my perspective of judgment. Um, Judgment is can be neither here or there. It all depends on how the person take it. So let's talk about the word and what we all feel when we be fearing being judged. I put together a couple of things in my notes, and I'm just going to be piggyback off on what I wrote down, and I thought I'd bring it to the forefront to my channel today, and maybe it enlightens somebody. Maybe it makes somebody think different about being judged or judging someone. So here we go. So this is what I said. I put it down, so I'm gonna be looking at it and giving it back to you guys the way I put it down. I thought it'd be best for me to write it down so I won't forget anything when I'm speaking on it. Okay? So, I said, let's talk about the word judgment. Maybe some people can understand this, or maybe some people can fear it. But not the kind that wounds and condemns people. Not that type of judgment I'm talking about. I'm talking about speaking in the kind of way that awakens you. The kind that brings truth back to the surface of your soul, Because judgment is not always punishment. It's a mirror. I'm trying to adjust my phone here. I'm just having some issues. Okay. It's a mirror. It's a reflection. It shows us where we are out of balance, where our spirit is calling for clarity, Sometimes the reflection is like a guide. Other times it shakes us. But judgment is never here to destroy us. It's here to redirect us. See, some people when they hear the word judgment, they get offensive. Like you're just pointing the finger at them, like you just coming down on them. But people don't understand a lot of times judgment is encouragement for you to, steer yourself and get back in alignment with your spiritual walk or whatever. There are two types of judgments. The first one is a lower judgment, when people tends to judge you out of ego, fear, and hurt. Like they says, you're wrong. You're wrong, I'm right. It divides and isolates people like that, Then you got the other judgment, which is the higher judgment. One I like. When it comes from your soul and awareness, It's like what's true and what needs to be in alignment. It heals, it protects, it restores divine order. All judgment begins within before pointing outward. Acts inward. Is this the pain that be speaking for some people, or is it a purpose? Because some people can tend to judge you out of pain, something they going through. Or some people can judge you with a purpose because it's coming from their soul, because they have kindness or a loving heart towards you, like constructive criticism. But also with that, you still depends on how you relate a message, With that type of situation, it's like letting somebody know that you care instead of call yourself pointing a finger at them, per se, because some people, like I say, when you judging with your ego, people can tend to get a little offensive about it. So when you judge from the soul, I'm not saying all, but some may look at it in a different perspective, and probably would be receptive to you judging them, because people are quick to say nobody can judge me but the Father Spirit, but sometimes the Father Spirit brings a messenger to you to let you know where in your life that needs correction, where you can take heed to it or you can leave it where you saw it. It's all up to you. But a lot of people shoot the messenger, they don't want to listen to what you had to say, regardless of if you're bringing it from a higher purpose or a higher energy, a higher spirit, like Father Spirit, Even sometimes the voice of self-judgment can become your teacher when you listen through love instead of shame. Because some people can be ashamed to the point they don't even want to judge themselves. That means you got a lot of work to do. So we go back to that mirror. Shadow work, if you will. Now, spiritual judgment, this is what I have for that. To me, spiritual judgment is a sacred balance, True judgment is not wrath. You don't go to nobody fiercely, It's with your wisdom. Be knowledgeable when you approach people when it comes to judging. It don't seek revenge. You don't supposed to do that out of revenge. If you got some type of bitterness or anything in your heart, some type of resentment, you don't want to do that. It seeks restoration. It brings things into harmony, into order, and into truth. And so you feel better when you coming from the soul, when you judge someone. Even when you just judging yourself. Don't self-sabotage yourself. If you see that something is out of line with your spiritual walk or in your soul, you judge yourself. But don't turn your judgment, your personal judgment, into self-sabotage. You don't want to do that either. Just like all the seasons, how each season corrects itself because of the imbalance of the last, that's the same way judgment comes when it's time to evolve, Judgment is not the end. Which some people think they get doomed when they get judged, but it's not the end. It's the doorway to the truth, because who don't want to know the truth? And I know sometimes truth hurt. Truth done hurted me before, but I took it. I took it as constructive insight, and I worked with it, and I corrected. But, it's a learning process. Some people don't take things in that easy, but it's a process. That's why I thought I'd drop this video on this today. What truth is to me is ready to be seen and honored, because that's where the real transformation begins. Once you see what it is, you acknowledge it, you transform your mindset or whatever that situation that you're doing that's not lining up with your spiritual journey, you correct it and you move on from there. Through life, there's going to have to be corrections. Everything that you do is not going to be perfect. It just is what it is. We all are work in progresses. We all walk on a spiritual journey individually, but together collectively. So when someone approaches you, if you're spiritually inclined, you know that's coming from a heartfelt place. And you can also tell when somebody's judging you when it's coming from their ego. So first, let's just take a look at sometimes like family, friends, co-workers, parents, children, any of them people. When they ever give you a judgment, look at the heart. Look at the heart of that person. Is they telling the truth or is they telling the foe? Because you really know. But also, Most High, Source can send someone to judge you for correction, to make your crooked path straight, if you will. So don't be too quick to get offended when someone's bringing judgment. Just look at the way it is being delivered to you. You can tell when somebody's bringing a message from Source, Most High. And you can also tell when somebody is bringing a message to you that's coming from them, their ego. But just don't be quick to say, don't judge me. We all tend to need a little judgment from time to time. Just correct us and straighten us out so we can walk a better path. Because everybody got issues. Everybody got things that need correct. That's what the spiritual journey is about. Correction, enlightenment, going to the higher level, raising your frequency and your vibration, and being at one with source, creator, if you will. So that's all I want to share today. And I'm thankful for all the ears that was listening today, because this may have touched somebody's soul today. It may be something someone may have experienced this week, last month, or today, tomorrow, who knows. That's what I'm here for. Deliver a message. When it's dropped in my spirit, I bring it to you guys and hope someone take it. Someone may resonate with it. Someone may know somebody else that need to resonate with it. Like, look, I want to show you this video. Minister Sia dropped today. Perhaps maybe it's something that you can just look at, check it out, do some self-examining, do some mirror work, look into it, and see what you think about it. So on that note, y'all, family, spiritual team, tribe, I'm so thankful for y'all listening to me. If you like it, press that like button down at the bottom. If you want to be subscribed to me, hit that subscribe button. Or hit the notification button and let you know when next time I drop a video. So for the next time, I appreciate you guys. Peace. Much blessings to you. Have a wonderful day.